Howdy, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're going to be doing another coaching session for David, and it's going to be another Gangplank video. So thank you very much, David, as always, for the very generous donation. Always appreciate it. Now, I have coached 2 other GP games for David on the channel, so I'm not going to spend as much time on the pregame, and we're just going to jump straight in there. But GP did indirectly get changed a little bit. This is patch 8.2, so they did nerf Klepto, but see if I can grab... okay, I think this is the article. There was an article. You can Google it. I think I talked about it in my patch notes video. I don't want to look it up right now. Was it this one? Might have been this one. This is pretty close to the data that I saw earlier. Yes, this is the same data. Okay, it's just put into like a different layout here. But pretty much, so they nerfed Kleptomancy, but it looks like it's not that bad. They've got a TLDR down here for you. So I researched this for my patch notes, as I said before, to try to figure out the Klepto nerf, because they didn't tell you the exact numbers. And he did this test with Gangplank specifically, where he did 900 procs and drew some conclusions out of it. So you should get about a 25% chance to get an item, and that's down from a 35% chance pre-nerf. Within post 15 minutes, from 15 to 30 minutes, you get a proc almost every, almost 60%. So about 58% you get a proc. So that's 1 out of 3. So that actually goes up a little bit. Levels 1 to 5, you can only get Mana Potion, Health Potion, Sack of Gold, Stealth Ward, and Potion of Rogue. And you can't receive Elixir of Skill at 18. And it doesn't affect... Your level does not affect the drop rate of items, but the time does affect the drop rate of items. And the Sack of Gold is the most common drop until at least 30 minutes, okay? So you can read through the whole thing if you want. As you saw, I just did a really quick Google search that was... You know what? Whatever. I'll just link it here for you. Make it even easier. Might as well. Put it in the patch notes. Let's see, Klepto. Boom. Got it linked. Okay. So bottom line, I still think that's what you want to run on GP. I would run Klepto, Biscuit, Boots, Cosmic, Second Wind, Iron Skin. You can also run I'm trying to remember the... I'm blanking on the name of it. The Stopwatch. You can also run Stopwatch if it's a relatively easy lane, I think. Biscuits are very, very nice to help with the laning phase. But Stopwatch is pretty good. And then later on, if you want to get a GA on him, which is kind of rare, but it does lower the cost of GA a little bit, so that's good. And then you can also switch this out for Mirror Shield if you're against like a Vlad or a Rumble or something like that top lane. Build order, I still think most of the time you want to go Trinity, Ghostblade, Steric, and either GA or Lord Dominic's, but you can also go, if you want the more damaging build, you can go Trinity, Ghostblade, Infinity, Phantom Static. Now, Infinity is very good if they aren't running a lot of armor. You can get that instead of Lord Dominic's. So don't just assume because people were playing tanky champions that you need to go Dominic's. I've seen sometimes people rush that item automatically as like a third item without looking at what's going on. So last night, for example, in one of the games that I played, we had a Malphite on our team who rushed Death Cap and like a handful, like just like straight AP items. So people might see Malphite and think, oh, wow, you know, I need to rush armor piercing automatically because, of course, he's going to stack armor, but he wasn't with his itemization, right? Or they might see some other tank, like champion that seems like they should be tanky, like maybe an Irelia or a Renekton or something like that, but they may not ever really rush an armor item. Like they might go, if it's Irelia, they might go Trinity Force into Steric's Gauge or something like that, and then they won't have any armor outside of Ninja Tabi for the first, you know, long time. Because you have to remember that they changed Last Whisper a while back so that it only cuts bonus armor. This does not include the armor that people get naturally, okay? It's only 35% bonus armor penetration. So if we look at something like, use Irelia as an example. If we look at Irelia, you might take a look at her, you know, at level 11, and notice that she has 67 armor here, and then maybe she has Ninja Tabi boots, you know, for an additional 30, so that would take it up to, you know, like 97 armor. And then she might have some runes or something that it takes it up to 102, okay? So you might think, okay, you know, it's probably going to be a good idea for me to get a Last Whisper here. But it's really not in that situation if she doesn't have a big armor item, because it's not going to do anything to that 67 armor. It's only going to give you 35% armor penetration on the Ninja Tabi, and that's it. And if she has, like, you know, Iron Skin runes, so that's what, 30 plus 5 off of that, so 35 times... So you're basically going to get 12 armor pen. Now, they don't have a stat for armor pen anymore because it's just lethality. I mean, we could see, like, what lethality would be. So it's not quite the same, but let's see if you were to get 12 armor pen. I just want to see, like, what the gold value on lethality is. So around level 11, which is lethality worth? 18 lethality is 405. I think 18 lethality around level 11 is going to give you, let's see. Actually, it's going to give you even more penetration at level 11. It's going to give you 14.8 penetration at level 11, okay? So that's even more than you're getting off of this Irelia scenario here. So Irelia, you're only getting 12. So that's like having lethality at level 4. It's like having 18 lethality at level 4. It's the equivalent of what Last Whisper would do to an Irelia with those items that I just mentioned. So if she only has Ninja Tabi and the Iron Skin or whatever, and she has the whatever the number was, the 97 armor, and it looks like it would be really good, like you're going to shred 35 armor, right? You're like, yeah, man, if I get this, she has 100 armor, I get Last Whisper, it's going to shred 35, but it's not because of the base. And so what it really shreds is it's only shredding, as we saw here, it's really only shredding about 12 armor, which is going to be even less lethality than this, okay? So even less, but even if we just call it, just for easy math here, right off the top of my head, it would only be 405. So even if it's going to be shredding at level 11 15 armor instead of just 12, it would still only be a 405 gold value. And you're paying 1,300 gold for that. So you're overpaying, well, let's see, you have 10 attack damage on it. Okay, let's add that in. So the 12 lethality, 10 attack damage is 35 each. Oh, it tells you the armor penetration value here. So it's 40 gold per 2.9 enemy armor. So times 4 armor, because you had about 12. We'll just call it 5. We'll be generous. That's 200 gold. Okay, so they made it easier math here. So that's 550 gold. Okay, so Last Whisper becomes gold efficient. They have it nice and easy here. Okay, League Wiki always makes it easier. It only becomes gold efficient if you're shredding 69 bonus armor. 69 bonus armor. So that means that the person would have to have... yeah, 69 bonus armor. So Ninja Tabi's only 30, and they're only going to get 5 off of Iron Skin. So if they don't have something like a Randuin's or a Dead Man's Plate, or, you know, some item like that, if they do not have a big armor item, this is not worth it. So never buy this item. It's barely worth it if they have just one of those. Usually they're going to need a lot more than that. Okay? So I see too many people just rush Last Whisper because they see, you know, they just think it's mid-game and they just get it third item. Don't get it. Sometimes these tank champions, like the Hecarums, the Irelias, just these other champions that you think will probably be tanky. Even Malphite in one of my games may not necessarily be tanky, so... just word of the wise there in terms of being careful about rushing Dominics, because I think a lot of times it would be better just to go ahead and get the Infinity Edge, or to get another defensive item like Asterix. Okay, and then of course you max your Q, E, and then W. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in there. I just wanted to throw that out there just as something to say about the pregame, right? That Klepto is okay, and be careful about Last Whisper. It's only good if they have a big armor item. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here. Start seeing what's going on. Oh, and as usual, I'm going to take some physical notes. David knows this, but for other people watching, I take physical notes and comment as I watch, and then at the very end, we bring it all together, and I give David the top 5 to 10 things that I think will help improve his game near the end. So if you just want to skip to the end for some reason, you can do that, or if you want to access this Google Doc, also have the Google Doc linked in the description. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire this up here. Okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, good. I like to see the starting of Sapphire. I know that you had been a fan of starting with Spell Thieves, and we did the math, either last video or the video before that, and I think just starting Sapphire is just way better. Like, yes, you do get gold off of, No, manual camera. Thank you. Yes, you do get gold off of, you know, hitting people with the Spell Thieves procs, but overall, the Sapphire is just so much better because it builds into something useful. So I'm glad to see you're converting over to Sapphire. That's what most big end players do. Okay, so just while you're doing your laning here, we'll talk a little bit about the compositions. Y'all definitely have the late game. So you don't have to do anything fancy here early game. And the reason I say that is GP is a very good late game champion. Twitch is very good. Tarek is extremely good late game. Rammus is respectable. And Jax is very good. So you don't have to be a hero in lane. If the game goes late, it should be hard for you to lose. I mean, Varus is alright. Zoe's pretty good. Like, Sejuani's good, but Pantheon's going to fall really far off. So, oh, let me take off the... that, and then or blue side. Okay. Alright, so first blood top, so you know he's not going middle. Although you're doing a pretty good job of positioning the wave. This is in mid lane, early game especially, as someone like GP, who doesn't have a ton of escapes or kill pressure in lane early on. This is kind of where you want to position, is try to keep it like right here. Okay, nice job. If you had oranges, you should have oranged out of the stun. I didn't see if you had that up or not. But you should have W'd out of the stun. When she does that, you need to punish her for doing that. So every time she uses her Q to wave clear, you need to walk up and Q her to the face. Okay, get up there, get up there, get up there. Okay, well, got her flash, that's fine. Yeah, just run. Once she flashes, the play's gone. Don't worry about it. Just time the flash and then just move on and do something else soon. Okay, good. I think you need to be queuing her to the face more. Okay, good. Nice. Okay. Great. Just go ahead and back and then TP back in. This is a good... Oh, you don't have TP? Oh, whoa. Yeah, you should definitely take TP. Here's the thing. No, no, no. You have to push this. You have to... It's pushing towards her. And she has teleport. No. Okay. Let's back up. Okay, so as far as, like, wave management, you always want it... Okay, so you have two options. If you can push it before they back, then you should push it into the tower. If you can't, then you need to leave it to where it's pushing, to where it's going to freeze, like, about right here on your tower, okay? And you definitely want to take TP. The thing about Exhaust is, even if you're afraid of Zoe, like, all-in and killing you, you're not going to be able to exhaust her because she's going to do it from such a long distance to all-in and kill you that the exhaust is not going to be able to reach you because she's going to stun you with her thing. You should be able to orange out of that anyways. But even if for some reason you can't, like your orange is on cooldown, she's not going to get close enough for you to exhaust most of the time anyways. And so she's just going to kill you with her Q regardless. So I really don't think exhaust is that great. If you want to take something defensive, I I would take either heal or cleanse against Zoe, but frankly, I would just take teleport. Because that's going to allow you to put extra pressure on the side lanes. It's going to allow you to come back and not miss much experience. Especially in mid lane, if you're not playing a champion that has kill threat, you probably need to take teleport. Because they can push you in so easily because it's such a short lane that you're going to miss a lot of experience. So first of all, you need to be taking teleport. Put that down. Another reason is in the mid game, if you want to split push side lanes, which would probably be pretty good with your comp. If you want to split side lanes, then you need teleport to do that. Like, just having your ult up is not enough for team fights. Like, yes, being able to ult somewhere is nice, but you need to be able to TP in and participate in fights too. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go into side lanes. So, I just think teleport gives you so many more tactical options than exhaust. Because they don't even have assassins. Like, maybe if Pantheon drops on top of you, exhaust might be helpful. But it's not going to do a lot versus Zoe. Varus is going to play so far back, you're not going to be able to exhaust him, probably. You know, Sejuani's not going to care if you exhaust her. So it's really only if Pantheon drops on top of your head. So yeah, I think definitely taking teleport is advantageous. Let's talk about lane positioning here, though. So definitely take teleport. And this is a good lane position, okay? This is basically Frozen. Like, you have 3 ranged minions and 2 melee minions, and they have 3 ranged minions and 1 melee and a cannon. Their cannon, however, has more HP, so I think that if you go ahead and back, then they should be able to... You should be able to get back before they push this too far into your tower. If you want, you can kill, like, the cannon minion. But... what you don't want, especially because you just used your flash, and this timer is going to be off because I have it paused here, but what you don't want is to push the wave forward. You know she has teleport. You don't want to push it too far forward when it's about to crash into another wave, because then she could, in theory, freeze it right here. And that's going to be really bad since Sejuani can come up and gank you because she's going to know you don't have flash. Now, will they do that at this level of play? I think this is low gold. I don't remember exactly where David is. Probably not, but they could. And it's important to get into these good habits of positioning the wave correctly. So, you need to just go ahead and back here or kill the cannon and back. But, like, one of the worst things you can do is try to push this. And you can tell when their next wave is going to crash by looking at your wave. So whenever this wave gets to right here, then it's going to be mirrored on the opposite side. So their wave's going to be there too. So that's kind of a good trick, is to figure out when the wave's going to arrive. Just look at your own wave and see. And you'll see that you're not going to be able to push this all the way in before this wave gets to right here. So let's watch. And that's when it's going to get there on their ends too. Okay, right there. That's when you should probably back. Have it very mildly pushing. I mean, ideally, it wouldn't push at all. But if you're afraid she's going to TP on top of you and then push you in, then you could have done that. But yeah. So let's see what she does. Yeah, she's misplaying it. Yep. Yeah, she's misplaying it. So she's just going to push it right back to you because she's not paying attention. But if she wanted to, she could have set up a freeze right here. So that, and it would have denied you at least 2 waves by the time you came here. So if she kept that pushing in, she could have denied all of this CS and experience too. And it would have virtually guaranteed that she's going to hit 6 first. Which, I mean, she doesn't have a really brutal level 6 to begin with, but just something to keep in mind. We talked about this barrel thing before. I really don't think you should be barreling the wave unless you're going to kill it. Because it's going to make it really hard for you to last hit. Like, you are going to get these, it looks like, but I guess that one's okay. You did get a little bit better at last hitting those since the last time. Or maybe you're just... there were just a couple of bad rotations last time that I saw, but... okay, that was just her W flash. Probably because it was about to expire. Yeah, I still don't like using the way, like, your barrels to do that. I mean, I understand you're thinning the wave out a little bit, but... okay, that was good. That was a good barrel usage. Okay, now you need to push. You need to be warding the side waves. I don't know if you had enough for a control ward, but if you did, you should have had a control ward for one of these places. Now remember, you don't have flash, and all of them are missing. Don't forget, Pantheon is 6. I didn't see if he ulted top. I doubt it. So, and he has teleport, so he's going to want to roam to other lanes and ult. Like, that's his goal right now. So he's probably going to roam bottom. You should be telling the enemy team this. See, they're typing it to each other, but you need to tell, like, bot lane that. Tell them to watch out for Pantheon. Because they may not be thinking of it. So a big part of, you know, winning a lot in solo queue is helping your teammates make the right decision. So they need to back up, and you need to tell them that. Everyone on your team needs to chill until they see Pantheon in that top lane. No, there he is. So they didn't chill, so now they're all going to die. Yeah, good rotation. Go ahead and start setting up barrels here. Yeah. Wait. I would have waited on the barrel, because you know Pantheon's going to want to drop into that. It did work out in the end, but y'all need to run. Don't turn. Don't turn, just run. Wow, Varus could have literally just auto-attacked you once and killed you. Okay. Well, that is fortunate that Varus has... I don't know how he doesn't... I don't know how that worked out, but okay. Okay, CS looking alright. Page. Okay, good. I like the control word. Alright, Dragon's down, so the next thing they will probably want is Rift. So I would go ahead and drop your control word here. Here, if you think Sejuani's not going to go by and sweep it. Here, if you want to be a little sneakier. This is less likely to get scouted. This is probably the safest place since your team doesn't really have a lot of map control right now. So in other words, like, Rammus is not going to be able to defend that bush. The river bush. You need to ping missing here. Let them know that Zoe's probably roaming down. Okay, good. This map is so dark. Like, you gotta be putting wards down somewhere. Rammus really needs to know where Sejuani is. I know you don't have a ton of control over that. But yeah, you need to get this control word down. Like I said, I'd probably put it down around top side. And ping him back, ping him back. Come on, Tarek. Come on, Chief. Just push your wave. Don't ult this. Don't ult it. It's a waste of resources. Yeah, just push. Now, while you have a chance, while she's out of lane, go ward, go ward. Go drop a ward, like, here. Either drop here or here so you can see when Zoe's rotating. You might even be able to wait, like, right here, and when she rotates back up, you clap her with a barrel. I would have tried to pick Zoe. Now, they see you. When you walk over this, they see you. It's probably going to be a waste of time. Yeah, it's a waste of time. If he stays, it's probably because Sej is here. Unless he's just a fool. Okay, I guess he's just a fool. I thought he was baiting you because Sejuani was going to be there. No, that's a waste. That's a waste. So you notice you look at this. I don't think you literally, like, you didn't get a single minion off of that at tower. Yeah. Yeah, literally not a single minion off of that. It just doesn't do enough damage to wave clear it, and the tower is just going to get all of the last hits. But even if, like, in theory, it got most of those, like, let's say it got 5 of them, it's not worth giving up your global map pressure for 100 gold at this point in the game. But yeah, you should not have roamed top because Jax is really far behind. You don't know where Sejuani is, so if Sejuani counter ganks, you're going to die because Pantheon's really strong right now. You should have just kept pushing middle, and I would have gotten wards here. Like, maybe pink this bush or this bush, and just, like, wait until the next wave arrives. See if Zoe rotates. If she doesn't, then go ahead and clear one more wave. Just keep pushing in and then rotating down here to wait on Zoe, and then cut her off. Do not let her walk through here. So force her to walk around, and she'll miss a lot of experience. Just pop her with barrels and just, like, run at her. Just don't let her come through here. So just zone her off of middle lane. Don't let her come back. Because she's not strong enough where you need to be scared of her right now. You should be advantaged in this matchup, especially if you have your ult up. And I think you should be queuing her to the face a lot more in this matchup because she doesn't have a lot of great sustain, and she keeps wasting her Q to, like, try to push the wave. Every time she does that, you need to make her pay. In theory. So, like, when the wave is there, as soon as you see her pop her Q and use it, just go up and hit her in the face. She can't hit you with a bubble unless there aren't any more minions. So, and even if she does, you can just orange out of it after you're stunned. Since Rammus is there, I would have frozen the wave here. Just let it hit you a little bit and just thin it out. Leave like 2 ranged minions here just so it freezes right here so that Rammus can come in for an easy gank on the back. Right now, Zoe just keeps pushing and roaming. So, like, she's bottom again. So, they are getting a lot of pressure on bot lane. And you have to push. Like, Zoe's getting so much free pressure on this lane. Like, she's been down here 3 or 4 times. So, right here, I know you want to buy, but there's a good chance Zoe's not here. So you need to push it in. Like, you always need to have the wave in their tower before you back. So you can't back here because you know she's probably roaming. Yeah, you really need to push that in. So she basically gets a free roam right now. With, like, no penalties. Like, yeah, she doesn't convert, but... And Rammus cleans that up. But she's had so many chances to convert. And she's, like, forcing summoners and mana. And, you know, bot lane's losing CS because of this. Like, it's just generating a lot of problems for free. Like, she's really not paying any price for that. And, like, you can't let that happen. Okay, now you're pushing. That's good. I mean, you did get a buy out of it, but... Alright, pressure this tower. Like, put down wards and go pressure this tower. Just start beating on this tower. Force her to come back up here. And cut her off. This is really dangerous. Okay, you have Rammus with you, so that's fine. Did you have barrels there? I would have barreled her. Once Rammus stuns her, instead of queuing her, go ahead and barrel her. Like, the barrel's gonna hurt a lot more than the Q. Like, you want to barrel her, and then if you want to try to go for that kill, wait until she flashes, because you know she's going to flash there. Wait until she flashes, then if you want to try to snipe her, you can do that afterwards. Okay. But yeah, what I would have preferred to see you do... I mean, because Rammus was there, you can try to make that play. But I think even earlier on, what you should have done is just push this in a tower, ward this, and then if she wants to come over, if she has a problem, she wants to try to stop this... Then just come over and zone her out with your barrels. Just like barrel here, barrel here. Just don't let her get back here. Unless Sejuani comes with her. So I would have just zoned her out. Have you used your ward yet? Okay, is this yours? That's too defensive. Like, Sejuani's not even playing this side of the map. You know, that's not really watching anything important. You know, the important stuff to watch is Rift and bot lane with dragons. Now, clearly they are interested in bot lane. Like, they really want to shut this Twitch down, and they want to get every dragon, which is smart. See, now you don't have your ult, though. You almost have it. But this tower is going to be down, because you... This would be a good time to ult. No, ult behind them. Like, just catch them with the edge of the ult, and you want to cut off their retreat. So really, I mean, your ult is not going to do a lot of damage early, but the slow is really brutal and disruptive in fights. So that's what you want to do, is you just want to clip them with the edge of it and put it behind them. So I would have placed it, like, right here, so that if they want to try to run, they have to run through the ult. Yeah, I just run. Yeah, Zoe's still even in CS. It really shouldn't happen. You need to be pushing the waves up before you go. Did you push that wave up before you rotated down? Okay, it looks like you did. Okay, good, and then you run. Okay, so you did it that time. Yeah, just before you do anything, really, you just push a wave and then go do whatever you want to do. We can fast forward through some of this. Yeah, you should have give up on the play. Like, once they all die, you need to run. You're not gonna kill her. You don't have enough power yet, and Sona's just gonna sit there and heal people. Okay, yeah, just give that up. I think y'all have to give that up. What are you buying? You've got boots, I assume, so you want Ionians? Mercs. Okay, I guess Mercs are alright. Because there's Sejuani and Zoe, and Varus does some magic damage, so. I'm just thinking Ionians because, your only goal will pressure is your ult because you don't have teleport. So you just, I don't know. That's, your only means for generating pressure. You need to ping back. You guys, you have to get wards in here, somewhere. Here or here. We have no idea where they are right now, and it's really hard to make good decisions if you don't have intel, so... He needs to run. Come over here and just see if you can barrel. Just run. Just run. Is that her... That was her legit ult, so... Or her legit flash. Come over here to see if you can harass this a little bit. Just, barrel him over the edge or something. I'm just saying that because you could stall and they could maybe get the tier 2 if you can stop their back. I think you gave up a bit too early on that. Okay, that's fine, though. I mean, that was a riskier move, but I still think if you, barreled over this wall and just kind of distracted him, you could have slowed him down, and these guys could have maybe potentially gotten a little bit of damage on their tier 2. But rotating around to push wave is fine. I think you should have rotated this way, though. I think you ran, all the way around. Once you get out of there, you could just loop and go this way, because you know they're going to be on it. They're not going to, be waiting for you right here or anything. So you could have pushed this a little bit faster. Maybe denied, 3 or 4 more CS. Okay, they're dead bottom, so just push what you can here. Yeah, Zoe's down there, too. Push, push, push. No, you gotta push, you gotta push! You gotta push! She's getting away with way too much. they're going to get a double kill, and they're not even getting damage on their tower. I know that you like to buy because you want to get, you know, you want to always use your gold. But if your laner is somewhere else and you don't have teleport, like, you have to make them pay. Like, yes, you're not going to be able to roam as well as she is because you don't have teleport, and she just has more map pressure than you, right? Right now. Because she's pushing you in. And she has been all game. But when you see her in another lane, you have to sit here and pressure this tower. Like, right now, it's slightly dangerous because you don't have wards. And anyone could be there. But when you see her bottom, like, you have to come up and push this. This should have been dead a while ago. So right now, you're just not really exerting any influence on the game. And you gotta have, like, wards. Like, you have to use your trinket wards. I don't think I've seen you use your trinket wards yet. You do have trinkets, right? Oh, you switch. I wouldn't switch to blue. No, that's a waste. Alright, push it. Push it. There's a million people. Zoe's dead. Where'd you go? You ran up here? No, no, no. You're not gonna kill him. Just push. That's, if there's one word I want you to take away from this coaching video, is push. When they're running around, like, up here, you're gonna be, you gotta understand, you're gonna be too late, okay? It's just Jax. They are really strong. Like, Sejuani is big right now. Shouldn't have a lot of kills, but you're not gonna kill her. She's a very strong champion. I think she's the best jungler right now. Zoe's right there. Zoe's dead. Like, you could easily get this tower. Here's the thing, like, let's just imagine that somehow... Yeah, definitely don't flash and go for that. Let's just imagine somehow that you do kill Pantheon right here, okay? Let's just say, miracle scenario, you, like... Somehow you flash over this wall and this kills him with a Q, okay? Even in that scenario, it's still not worth trading that in exchange for mid-tower. Because you could have had mid-tower if you just stayed middle and pushed. But right now, you're just sitting up here just playing footsie with Sejuani, you know? Like, you are getting some farm, which is good. But you're not really, like... Like, this tower is already dead. Like, you're not really advancing your map position. Okay, I mean, y'all might kill her. No, you're not going to get her. And now you've got 3 people top. Rammus might save the day. Rammus is really strong. But y'all are just wasting a lot of time, honestly. Well, I mean, maybe you got him low enough. Okay, okay, get this, get this. Get Rammus to ult here. No, 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 don't chase, don't chase. Okay, I mean, y'all got the kill. Yeah, just ult, get that. Okay, okay. It worked out. They misplayed that really poorly. They could have just defended it and let Zoe and Varus clean up the other lanes. But they kind of goofed that up. Okay, yeah, so what they're going to do now is they're going to take this, and then they're going to go get Dragon. So, you guys did get a tier 2, and you got a kill, which is good, but they're going to get a tower and a dragon for it. A tower and a half and a dragon for it. And that let Varus catch up and get free farm and push up a side lane. So, ultimately, I don't think you got that much out of it. You just used too many resources up here. Too many people. Well, they're doing this very slowly. Okay, they got it anyway, so now they're going to kill Jax. Okay, that was a great barrel. Okay, good. Okay, Varus lost his mind. Okay. I mean, this Rammus, this is why team comp matters. That I tell people, you know, that really, honestly, they just absolutely smoked you in macro early on. And this is what you told me in your video, too, is you know, you said that you were really worried about the macro here, and that's what you wanted me to look at. And I think you're right. But you're just, right now, you're just dominating off the strength of your composition. Primarily Rammus, crushing people, and then you're starting to come online with some damage as well. You're getting a couple of cleanup kills here. I like going for what I think will probably be Infinity Edge next, because they don't have a lot of armor outside of Sejuani. Realistically, Sejuani doesn't have a lot of armor. Like we talked about before, she seems really tanky, like she's a tanky champion, right? But she doesn't have armor yet. All she has is Ninja Tabi Cloth. So she has 30 bonus armor. So yeah, I think you're right to go for Infinity here. And it's not like Infinity doesn't do damage to armor people, you know, it does. And your barrel already ignores 40%. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm confused. Why aren't you over here? Baron's up. Team's pushing. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do side lanes because you don't have teleport. If you had teleport, yes, this is great. But because you only have exhaust, you can't do this when Baron's up. Because they're going to engage because they see you bottom. If they're paying attention, they're going to know you don't have teleport. And you're, like, your team's just going to fight. They're not going to play around you not being there. So yeah, your ult is just not going to do enough, you know? It's just like tickling them. I mean, you might as well keep pushing because you're going to be too late to this at this point. But, like, you shouldn't play... You can't play side lanes like that if you don't have... if you don't have teleport. In theory. Now, they goof that up a lot. But... yeah, it is likely... yeah, she's going to be able to stop this because she has teleport. And then they're probably going to get Baron. So yeah, so you rotating bottom like that without teleport... pretty much gave him Baron. So, you know, it's not your fault that your team engaged and got killed. Like, they should know not to fight when you're not there. But at the same time, like, you have to have enough sense to understand that at whatever elo this is, anything under Diamond, most likely, they are going to just... they're going to get caught, they're going to fight. Even if you tell them you're down there, they're just not going to understand, like... what a proper amount of caution is. Like, they're going to get engaged on, they're going to get killed. And in that episode, they actually started that fight, I think. Or in that instance. So, this is why it's massive that you don't have teleport. I mean, that's like a game-changing thing, because this, you're right, this is what GP wants to do, is push these side lanes, because he does it so well and he can get away. But you just can't do it without teleport, because that ult's just not enough global presence. And I know that Tobias Fate and some other people historically have taken exhaust in some matchups, but like I said, it's not even that great into this matchup, and I really hate that to begin with. You really, really need teleport. Virtually every pro GP player takes teleport. I know the pro game is, you know, different than solo queue, but, you know, if... I know people out there would make the argument, but there's this really high-level GP player that takes exhaust or whatever. Khan, when he plays GP, or whatever, you know, like Korean pro-level players take teleport. And so, you know, even if, I'm not saying you necessarily, but I can just see, like, other GP players out there saying, but there's this, you know, high-level player that I saw that takes exhaust, or that takes, you know, something other than teleport. No. Because the same argument can be said, well, there are pro players that all of them take teleport. But just logically, the reason for that is GP is so good at working side lanes, and you can't do that without teleport. So, and he has such low kill threat in lane. Like, the only reason that you would not take teleport on a champion that's a solo laner is if you have kill threat, or you are extremely scared of dying, and you think that summoner is going to have a huge impact. So, you know, you might take Ignite if you're running like Annie, or if you're running Pantheon or Riven or something, maybe top. And you're basically betting, if you do that, you're betting on getting enough lane domination to where it's going to be worth it that you don't have late game macro pressure. Okay, but with GP, like I explained earlier, the exhaust is not enough. Specifically against Zoe, because it's not going to help you enough with what she wants to do. It's not going to help you kill her, and in some instances it might not even save you any more than your W already provides. Okay, where are we going here? Sterix? I thought that was a Hurricane for a second. I was like, what? I was looking at the wrong person. I mean, Phantom is a good complement with Infinity Edge. It is a lot more damage. I still think at least one... at least one item would be pretty... Like, one defensive item would be pretty good here. And Sterix will increase your damage with Trinity quite a lot. And it gives you some defense. I just think that item's just so good on GP that it's really hard not to run Sterix. Even though I do like Phantom with Infinity, I just feel like, you know, I feel like Sterix is probably pretty nice. I mean, maybe you're just kind of priced into Phantom because it scales so well with Infinity. I mean, that might be the case. I'd have to do the math on it. But I just feel like you're so far ahead right now. You already do a lot of damage that... And your team already has a lot of damage. Like, you already have Jax and Twitch. And just, like, not getting blown up seems like a good thing right now. That's a... Frozen Heart Pantheon when you already have a Frozen Heart Sejuani. Wait, what was that comment? No. It's gonna run off. It's gonna run out. Okay. I mean, alright, your team comp's just better than theirs at this point. I guess you can do whatever. That was really risky, though, because that Terracle was, like, completely wasted. Twitch has Comet or something? Oh, well, whatever. If you are going to work a side lane, you know, with GP, if you don't have teleport, it has to be either top lane or mid lane. Like, it has to be, like, relatively close to Baron. It can't be the thing that's really far away from Baron. Yeah, just get the tower. Just get the tower. Set up barrels. Oh, yeah, just run. Just get out of there. Okay, that was nice. That was a good barrel. Alright, I go pressure Baron here. Got 2 inhibitors down. Grab a control ward if you have an open slot. Yeah, Whisper makes sense here because they do have Frozen Heart. You guys need to make sure these lanes are up. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Nice. The big damage. Just get Nexus, just get Nexus. I mean, it's probably not going to matter, but... Okay. Good. Alright, overall good game. I mean, obviously a very good stat line. I think, yeah, we were like 12-3 at the end. So that was good. I think that Rammus did some Olympic lifting in the early to mid game to keep you guys into that game, though. So... You really want to focus on your early to mid game, especially with macro, and that's what you mentioned in the email, which is good because you noticed that that was the biggest opportunity for improvement. So let's talk about that a little bit here, because your late game was pretty good. Your itemization was solid. You know, you hit some really good barrels. Like your positioning in team fights was good. Like you didn't get caught. Your ults are pretty good in team fights. I think you could still lead a little bit behind them. Just if you think they're going to retreat, if you're going to win the fight, then you want to place it just like not entirely behind them, but just like half on them, half behind them, so that they have to try to run through it. Especially before you upgrade it. Like when you upgrade it and you get the big cannonball that does like the huge true damage, when it lands, then that's obviously you want to put it like right on top of all of them. But, you know, early on, before it does a ton of damage, I think that you just want to use its utility, its slow capabilities a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so you have to take teleport on GP. Alright, I mean, let me see. I really don't think... Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's however many, that's like 60 games, 80 games, I don't know. However many games that is, it's literally every single person takes teleport. Literally every single person. So I know that, you know, in the past, I have seen it, and I have seen GPs with exhaust on my team, and I think that, like, maybe Tobias Fate or somebody does that sometimes. That is incorrect. You have to have teleport, okay? For the reasons I described. It's just, GP is so good at farming side lanes, and you just can't do that without teleport. And you don't present enough kill pressure in lane with exhaust to justify exhaust, or ignite, or anything else. You know, and you already have a pretty good defensive ability with your Eat Oranges, right? So you can already get out of a Zoe bubble. Right, and her bubble's only going to be off cooldown, you know, maybe 5 seconds before your oranges are back up. It's tough to say because she's going to level her bubbles second, so she's going to have a slightly lower cooldown, but you're going to have a lot more CDR than she does. Like, you're going to have 40% CDR, and she's probably going to be sitting at 20 or 30, depending on if she gets the blues or not. And I think they have a similar cooldown early levels. Either way, like, you get a free get-out-of-jail card, you know, every... like 15 seconds or so with the CDR, and you know, if you're getting hit by the bubble a lot more than 15 seconds, you just work on your positioning. Like, it's not worth sacrificing like all of your macro pressure the entire game. And like I said before, it's not even guaranteed that exhaust is really even going to help you, because a lot of times she has such range on that anyways that you know, it's not even going to help. So, like, yeah, maybe if you're just deathly afraid that you're going to die in lane, you're against a super hardcore, like, counter GP matchup, I don't even know what that would be. Like, maybe if they have, like, a Kha'Zix on their team and a Pantheon in your lane, and you just know they're going to camp you really hard, then, like, maybe you take exhaust there or something. But that says to me, like, this is extreme. I am very desperate. I am afraid for my life. I'm going to get murdered, like, a lot in lane. If that is not the case, like, you never want to take exhaust, okay? Because not only does it... So it does several things, just to kind of recap them. First of all, you can't TP back to lane. So you're going to lose early experience. You're going to lose CS and gold potentially. And that they're going to hit level 6 first. It's just a lot of bad things that happen when you can't get that first TP back to lane. You're going to have to stay in lane longer, which means you can't get your Sheen as fast as you'd like, which slows down your farming. Slows down your harass in lane. And then in that mid to late game, like, you can actually follow people to other lanes. You can follow Zoe if she goes bottom, or you can split push bot lane, as we said before, which is good, but then you can also TP back up and help your team defend Baron if you need to. So you just really, really, really need TP. I mean, that's one of the biggest things here, because that would enable a lot of other stuff that was sort of problematic, like, you know, your positioning in the bot lane. Like, when Baron was up without TP, it would fix that problem. Or the slow rate at which you were pushing mid lane while Zoe was roaming, right? Like, you could make her pay a lot more if you had teleport, so you could go get your item, which is good. You want to get your items, but then you could also get back to lane if you don't feel like following her, and then apply even more pressure to the towers. So I think that that's definitely one of the biggest things. That's the easiest to fix. You just simply take the teleport summoner spell. Okay. I would say more Q harass in lane. Zoe doesn't have a heal, and that Zoe in particular was, you know, wasting a lot of her Q, a lot of her damage threat on the waves. So she was just queuing waves for harass, and as soon as she does that, you should walk up and Q her in the face. And then that way, yeah, you probably won't keep up with her pushing. You could use barrels to thin out the wave and maybe keep up with her. But I think if she uses a Q and just hits the wave, and you use a Q and hit her in the face, especially after you get Sheen, I think that would be a worthwhile trade. So I would definitely Q her more, especially if she's using her main harass for the wave. So remember, she can't hit you with that sleepy bubble if you're behind your minions. So you should be walking up there and aggressively trying to zone her off of minions. And, you know, if you do get hit by a sleepy bubble, whatever, just orange out of it. That should be fine. So I think you should be much more aggressive with her in lane. So I want you to push into the lane a lot more. Like, do not back. If Zoe's not in lane, you know, and you're not sure where she is, do not back until that wave is in her tower. So the wave has to be in her tower before you back. Except that one circumstance, like I talked about, where you didn't have teleport and she did, where I wanted you to freeze it just outside of your lane. Don't push that. But if you can push enough to get it into her tower, you need to do that before you do anything else. Push it into her tower, then you can go try to roam and find her, or push it in a tower and back. Now, you need to get more ward coverage. So I understand that, you know, you can't place a ton of wards, but you need to be... I didn't see you place a lot of yellow wards. Like, you need to at least ward your little side bushes. You need to at least ward those side bushes to see which way she went. I mean, it's likely that she was running bottom, but she could have also run into different places if she wanted to. So yeah, you should have at least been dropping yellow wards in here and here. And I would have pink warded, like, either here or here. Or here. I thought they might go for Herald, but they are just, like, mercilessly camping bottom. So if that's the case, you might just want to, like, probably pink here. That's less likely she's going to see that. But, like, one of these two bushes, you need to pink. Just so you can see where Zoe's going up and down. Then once you push in a lane, if you don't want to follow, just keep wave clearing as fast as you can. Keep auto-attacking the tower until one of them comes up here. And if Zoe tries to walk back up this way, zone her out. Don't let her do it. Just start dropping barrels and just threaten her. Like, do not let her walk in through here or here. Just zone her out and just force her to miss the experience at this tower. So make her either teleport or walk all the way the long way around to get back there. Okay, but she got to roam like 3 times with virtually no consequences. So you can't let that happen. Okay, so that's the same thing as sort of zoning that I talked about before. And you needed better ward coverage to see when she was roaming, so you could tell your team that too. You could communicate that with your team. Okay, so do not split side lanes if Baron's up and you don't have TP. Okay, I mean, this is pretty standard with virtually every champion, but especially with, you know, GP, where the temptation is to split the side lane. Like, you can't do that, okay? Like, at a bare minimum, if you want to do that, you need to tell your team, hey, don't fight, I'm going to split the side lane. They're not going to listen, though. Spoiler alert, they're not going to listen. Somebody is going to get caught. They're going to say, oh, I didn't know that Varus could ult me from, you know, 900 units away. How am I supposed to know that? You know, so someone's going to walk into range of Sejuani or Varus or whatever, and they're going to start a fight, and they're going to engage because they're going to see you bottom, and they're going to know you don't have teleport, and they're going to just run at your team until they catch somebody and start a fight. So you can't do that. You have to stay relatively close to your team, either top lane or mid lane, and push side waves. Jax had teleport on your team, so Jax should have been the person who was pushing bottom. Alright, so you need to direct Jax to go do it. Now, you know, is GP good at split pushing? Yes. Do you want that gold? Yes. But you can't have it without teleport. You need to send Jax down there to do it, because he has the teleport, so he can actually get back if the team starts a fight. Okay? And I think that is about it. I would have liked to see like a stare at gauge in there somewhere, probably, just as a little bit of insurance against burst, but, you know, the build ended up working out. You did a ton of damage, so I think that was helpful. But, you know, the biggest takeaways are take teleport so that you can get more map pressure, and then just apply that map pressure by pushing lanes and pressuring towers. So even if you can't follow Zoe, even if you're scared because you don't have TP, or because you don't have proper ward coverage and you're afraid she might be hiding in a bush or something, which is legit, you can still apply pressure just by pushing in your wave over and over again until she comes back to deal with you. But yeah, you can't just back. That's not going to be enough. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, I really appreciate the generous donation. Anyone else out there that would like a coaching session, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. Just a $20 donation. And otherwise, I'll see y'all next time. Oh, and in the description also, if you want to see more coaching videos, I have them here. There are more GP videos, but there are lots of other support videos and other roles as well. So lots of good content. I'm trying to do, you know, at least a coaching session a day on average. I can pull that out. There might be some days of school where I can't, but I'm going to try to do at least one per day. So there should be a lot of new content, new coaching coming out. So be sure to check that out. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.